Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video I'm just going to briefly talk about this new violin I've got. It's basically called the Stentor Conservatoire violin for violinists, probably at intermediate level and advanced, and this will set you back about £220. Now Stentor do a basically a budget one for around I think it's around £100. Or possibly £60 to £100. And then they do the Stentor Mark II, which is about £120, and then they do this one, which will set you back about £220. And it's quite well built and it's nice. I just wanted to briefly talk about the Supplier, the company in the UK, called Norman's Instrumental for Sound and Prices. Obviously they are those suppliers of this particular violin. If any of you would like to purchase this, you can purchase it from them directly, or there is a retailer on Amazon I believe, but they sell it for the same price. So if you wish to contact Norman's, please give them a call on 01283 535 333. That's 01283 535 333, or have a look on eBay, because that's where they sell this. But you might want to give them a call directly, because they may be able to give you a discount. This violin, who is it for? Well, if you're someone who is wanting to become quite good at using the violin and learn it, I would recommend this. I would recommend it over the cheaper versions of it, simply because it's better made, and the pegs on here are basically solid wood, not plastic, and it's quite good quality. What I did want to say is, when you get this violin straight away out of the box, you're going to need to tune it. So you need to buy one of those tuners that you can buy on eBay for probably £3, £4, £5, and then just tune the actual string. What you need is one of these, which is a tuner basically. Let's just turn it on so you guys can see it. Come on. What you guys will need will be a tuner like this. So what I did was I attached it to the actual rest, like so. And then what you need to do is adjust the strings on here. Now you do that by basically moving these end pieces here to basically align the actual strings, and then you can fine tune it with these small fine tuners on here near the bridge basically, and hopefully you'll be able to see that it's tuned. So this is what should be the actual E string, the small thin one. And you shall see that should show up as an E. When you're doing the small thin one, the E, be extremely careful if you're using these end knobs here, because this is extremely fragile, that particular one is, and you could snap it. I did that on my guitar, so be careful, because it can be annoying, especially if you've got no replacements. The second one from that in, this one here, I don't know if you can see that in the video. Let's see if I can do that for you. That one there, that is the D. So if I just do that, you should be able to see. Okay, the third one in that way, the third one, you can see that in the video, that is the A. And the last one, that one there, that is the G. The best way of basically testing the actual strings to make sure they're actually tuned is basically use your tuner and do it one at a time like that. And that's the best way of tuning it. You will need to do this when you purchase it, and it goes for any violin you get. Some may, if you buy the antique ones, you may not get the fine tuners on there, but if you haven't, you'll have to resort to the pegs at the end here. So this video is about whether you should consider buying a new one or get yourself maybe a cheap antique one off eBay, which obviously is going to be second hand. A lot of the imitation ones are, even the replicas are over 100 years old. And I was contemplating doing that because I thought I can get one of these for around £100 to £200, or I can, for similar sort of money, get an antique one, which obviously is going to be 100 years old and it's got a lot of use out of it, but obviously it's reliable and it will play. Probably be able to use it in a concert if you wanted to. But I did a lot of research, and what I came across was a video of 10 very famous violinists, and they did this test in France. Do a look up on Google, you'll be able to find it. Unfortunately, the whole video was in French with English subtitles, so I had to read everything. But the gist of it, so you guys don't have to watch it, is basically this. What they found out was they got about 20 different violins. They got about 10 modern ones, and they had some of the 10 famous ones like the Stratus, and they tested them out, and basically the violinists that tested it out were the guys that were the best in their field. You know, they were the performers, they were the people in the bands, and in classical bands and all that, and some more contemporary people who was using obviously electronic violins, electric violins, sorry. However, they did a blind test, and you know, these experts in their field couldn't tell the difference between a modern one and something that was 100 years old. Even, you know, they had some darkened glasses, so they couldn't tell whether it were new or old, and they had to go off the sound. And they did blind tests basically in a hotel room, and then they did it in a concert hall to try and judge. And all of them more or less said they preferred the tone and the sound of the modern violins. The only thing is, they didn't disclose which modern ones they liked, and that was a bit annoying because you want to know which ones are they talking about. But one particular violinist who has been, you know, one of the best violinists in the world, I think she was from Asia, she actually stated she wanted to know what the new one was because she wanted to buy one. And I believe it was one of the Senator ones that she wanted to buy basically. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not even sure if it was a Senator one, but there's a good chance it was because they're one of the best manufacturers out there for new violins. So, but I just wanted to give you a rough idea of what happened in that assessment that they did, where they tested about 20 violins, 10 old, 10 new, and they basically, all of them more or less agreed across the board, and there was about 10 people testing them, that they preferred the new ones. So you know, that question about old versus new might not be relevant anymore. But like a lot of tutors out there, especially the online violinist and piano tutor who's online, I'll put a link in the description box. She's very helpful. Check her out. You know, she says this is a very good violin anyway. So it's up to you to make your mind which you want to consider, new or old. But don't let assumption that the older is going to be the better, because that's not the case anymore. And thanks for watching.